Hello, my name is Jinsum Lee and I'm a PhD student in Department of AI. I'm very glad to present my paper to SKKU students. Today, I introduce my paper, the title of which is DoNCLIP, Domain-Wise Contrast Learning with Prototype Mix-Up for Unsupervised Domain Generalization. It was presented at AAAI this year. In this paper, we introduced a new approach to address the lack of domain generalization in existing self-supervised models. Before I introduce the paper, let's talk a little bit about our lab. I'm studying at IIS lab and my advisor is Jiyoung Lee. In our lab, various types of research are being conducted, including computer vision, natural language processing, multimodal AI, and lightweight AI. Recently, we have been conducting hot trendy research topics such as multimodal model, LLM model, generative model, lightweight model. Also, in our lab, there are some events in a year, including conference workshop, OBYB football match, and AI challenges. Door of our lab is always open, so anyone interested in our lab can come in anytime. To introduce myself, I'm Jinsum Lee and I'm now a PhD student. I usually have studied in self-semi-weekly supervised learning, and these are my recent publications. Currently, I'm studying in representation learning and video temporal grounding and VQA model. So if you're interested in these topics, whenever contact me. Also, if you have a question about your career, feel free to contact me. Today, I will introduce my paper, the title of which is DoNCLIP, Domain-Wise Contrastive Learning with Prototype Mix-Up for Unsupervised Domain Generalization. It was presented at AAAI this year. AAAI is one of the top-tier conferences in artificial intelligence domain. I captured the H5 index ranking tables from Google Scholar. In the field of artificial intelligence, the AAA is in first place. From now on, I stop small talk and introduce today's main topic. This is overview. The main task of this paper is unsupervised domain generalization. However, it is very unfamiliar task. So before I introduce my paper, I explain the background about self-supervised learning and unsupervised domain generalization. I suggest a question. What makes deep learning model achieve good performance? There are many reasons. The first reason is now we have a powerful GPU. In this picture, there are so many VBAC or ABAC stations. I think each at least 30 stations. For each station, it is about 1억 won. It's so expensive. As you know, GPU is a very important resource to develop good AI model. And the second reason is the development of AI software algorithm. As you know, Transformer, Diffusion, GPT are very nice architectures and algorithms. The last one is data. Data is super important to develop good AI model. About 3 years ago, LLM models have been getting a lot of spotlight. What made the LLM model in the spotlight? The answer is high quality and high quantity text data. In Google, Wikipedia, and YouTube, there are so many text data. Today, I will focus the topic on data. If we have a lot of high-quality label data, then we train the model with the label data. However, in the real world, it is difficult to get a bunch of high-quality label data. Therefore, instead of supervised learning, self-supervised learning has been developing. Self-supervised learning aims to train the model with only a bunch of labeled samples. Then I suggest a question: how to train the deep learning model without labeled samples? The answer is InfoNC. The InfoNC is based on two principles. The first is augmented images from the same original image make it closely. This is called positive samples. The second is augmented images from the different original sample push apart. This is called negative samples. They don't recall labeled samples during training. Then the loss of InfoNC is formulated like this. After the encoder is pre-trained using InfoNC, images are converted representations with the encoder. When visualizing representations with TSNE, images with similar semantics produce similar representation. With the pre-trained SSL encoder, if you want to construct a classification model, we just fine-tune the classifier with a few label samples while keeping the encoder freezing. During the testing, the test data is passed through both the encoder and the classifier. This is very data efficient because it allows us to build a high-performing model with only a few label samples. Despite these successes, there is a critical limitation. That is, SSL models struggle with domain generalization. In the real world, there are various domain data like this figure. These multi-domain data have domain-relevant features such as texture, color, background, and also have domain-irrelevant features such as shape, components. Although their domains are different, they share common features across domains. However, when the SSL model is trained on multi-domain training data, it extracts domain variant representation. When visualizing representations with TSNE, their TSNE shows clear domain-based clustering. As a result, they often struggle to generate effective representations for unseen domain data. When the scene sketch domain data comes, it might be treated as OD samples. If the model extracts the domain-irrelevant features as shown in figure below, they will have good generalization performance on unseen domains. To address this limitation, recently unsupervised domain generalization approaches are presented. They aim to learn domain-irrelevant features for good generalization performance on unseen domains. In the unsupervised domain generalization scenario, there are multi-domain source data sets with only domain labels and no class labels. Under this environment, unsupervised domain generalization approaches aims to learn domain-relevant features and achieve good generalization performance on unseen domains. Existing UDG approaches utilize contrastive learning based on InfoNC to generate feature representation. Also, they utilize edge-like style augmentation and merge features to align each domain's feature manifold. Existing models are trained to bring the original image and edge style-like image closer. It makes all domains to align with the edge style feature manifold. However, existing UDG approaches still have two limitations. The first is they rely on InfoNCE, which suppresses domain-relevant common features and amplifies domain-relevant features. The second is they depend on feature alignment strategies across multi-domain, which reduces the diversity of common features. So in this work, we address these two issues and propose a domain-wise contrastive learning and prototype mixer learning. First, we are going to explore why does InfoNC suppress common features and amplify domain-relevant features. To explore this, we look at InfoNC loss. The InfoNC loss is as follows. Then, assuming we have both domain and class labels, we decompose negative terms based on domain and class labels. An alpha term indicates that anchor and batch samples are from the same domain, and n beta indicates that the pairs have same class labels but they have different domain labels. Lastly, n gamma indicates that the pairs have different class labels and also they have different domain labels. Among these negative terms, the n beta makes a problem. To minimize InfoNC loss, we need to minimize n beta. And the n beta is expressed as follows. The vector Gi is sum of the common feature Ci and the domain relevant feature Di. And the same applies to Gk. Since the n beta has the same class labels and different domain labels, they share the same common feature Ci and they have different domain relevant features Di. To minimize n beta, Gi.gk will be close to -1. Then the absolute value of Ci will be close to be 0, and Di.dk will be a large negative value. It means that the common feature Ci will be suppressed, while the domain-relevant feature Di and dk will be amplified. Then, to provide the problem, n beta should not be included in the negative terms. However, it is difficult to accurately distinguish between n beta and n gamma because we don't have class labels. Therefore, we exclude both n beta and n gamma from the negative terms. In other words, our method performs domain-wise contrastive learning, and the objective is as follows. Second, we are going to explore why does feature alignment reduce the diversity of domain-relevant features. To generalize common features, existing methods utilize edge-style augmentation, then merge each domain's feature manifold into a single manifold. However, edge-style images contain only edge features, so they lose information such as texture, color, and structural details. It can lead to running biased features and reducing the diversity of common features. Then, how to solve this problem? Instead of trying to merge each domain feature manifold into a single manifold, we learn the intermanifold space. To learn the intermanifold space, the model is trained to bring the representation mixup and prototype mixup closer. First, to extract mixup representation, we generate the mixed image xij by interpolating between two image samples xi and xj. Then, to extract the mixed representation zij, we pass it through the encoder. On the other hand, to extract prototype mixup, we perform k-image clustering. Then each image belongs to each cluster. So the centroid of the cluster assigned to each image is considered its prototype. Then we extract prototype mixup Pij by interpolating prototypes Pi and Pj. To learn the intermanifold space, the model is trained to bring the representation mixup Gij and prototype mixup Pij closer. It helps to effectively generalize diverse domain-relevant common features across multiple domains. Our training loss consists of three terms, which are deacon loss, pmix loss, and pCL loss. Deacon loss is a domain-wise contrastive learning loss, and pmix loss is to learn intermanifold space. pCL enhanced clustering quality and extract well-represented prototypes, and it is not our novelty. Then we experimented on various multi-domain datasets, such as PACS and DomainNet dataset. PACS dataset consists of 4 distinct domains, including photo, art painting, cartoon, and sketch. Each domain contains images from the same 7 categories. On the other hand, DomainNet data is a large-scale dataset for domain generalization. It consists of images from 6 distinct domains, including real, clip art, painting, sketch, infograph, and quick draw. Each domain contains images from the same 20 categories. The UDG evaluation protocol consists of 3 steps. First, we pre-train a SSL encoder using multi-source domain data. Next, we train a classifier with a subset of the pre-training data. Finally, we evaluate accuracy using the target domain data. In the first step, we pre-train a SSL encoder with multi-source domain data. In the PACS dataset, we use 3 source domains, including 1 target domain, following existing approaches. For example, if photo domain is a target domain, a model is trained on the pre-training data that consists of art painting, cartoon, and sketch. In the second step, we train a classifier using a subset of the pre-training data, such as 1% of labeled samples. Then, to measure the accuracy on unseen target domain data, we use the encoder and classifier. This table shows the results for the PACS dataset across different label fractions. Our method constantly outperforms other state-of-the-art approaches, across all target domains and label fractions. These results clearly show that our method is highly effective for UDG tasks. And this table shows the results for the DomainNet dataset across different label fractions. Our method achieves superior performance across all target domains in the 1% label fraction. For the 5% and 10% label fractions, it either performs best or remains highly competitive. Overall, it constantly achieves higher average accuracy compared to existing methods across all label fractions. This table shows the performance of our method on the PAX dataset with different combinations of our proposed modules. If we add both LPMIX and LPCL, significantly improves the accuracy compared to using each module individually. LPMIX helps to generalize the diverse common features across multiple domains, while LPCL enhances the extraction of representative prototypes. To better understand the effectiveness of our proposed method, we conducted a TSNE visualization. Sinclair's representations show clear domain-based clustering, but less distinct class separation. It means that they mainly capture the domain-relevant features. In contrast, our representations achieve better class discrimination. This shows that our method effectively captures domain-relevant common features. These figures demonstrate the effectiveness of DCON. Figure A and Figure D are our 3D toy examples. Samples from the same domain are grouped on the same floor, and within each floor, samples from different classes are positioned. Our DONCLIP representations achieve better class discrimination. To analyze what the model has learned from the features, we perform GradCam visualizations. The cam of Sinclair shows that the model's attention is spread across the entire image or focused on domain-relevant features. In contrast, the cam of our methods focuses the model's attention on the object while mostly ignoring domain-relevant background features. We also perform analysis of feature diversity. To verify that feature alignment reduces feature diversity, we analyze the condition number. If the representation captures feature information across various dimensions, the eigenvalues are spread out, resulting in a small condition number, and it is also vice versa. As shown in below table, existing methods have larger condition numbers because they tend to run only a limited set of common features. On the other hand, our method effectively captures diverse features, resulting in the lowest condition number. This figure compares the representation similarity matrix obtained using Sinclair and our proposed method. Each cell represented the average representation similarity between different domains and classes. With our proposed method, the average similarities between different domains but the same class are significantly higher. In this paper, first we theoretically and experimentally demonstrate that InfoNC suppresses domain-relevant common features and amplify domain-relevant feature. Building on this insight, we introduced the domain-wise contrast learning to enhance the common feature while representation learning. Second, to effectively generalize diverse common features, we propose the prototype mixture learning. It has to generalize intermanifold space. Through our DOM clip, we enhance domain-relevant common features and generalize common features across multiple domains without relying on feature alignment. Thank you for listening to the presentation.